Hey guys, so what I have for you today is two OU matches in the same video. And what it is I'm using this new OU team that I uploaded a little video introducing it kind of a while ago, but I never got a full introduction. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the team, my team, so that way I can just coast through both videos. So what it is lead fortress with stealth rock, spikes, rapid spin, and volt switch. Volt switch is so I can switch out while doing very tiny bit of damage, but still damage, as well as see what they want to do or take a hit, as well as set up leads. Then what I have is my Gengar, which is choice scarfed because a lot of things were outspeeding this team, but Gengar also has the trick to cripple walls because obviously locking them into a move is never good. So that's what Gengar does. He has Giga Drain, which has actually come in handy, Shadow Ball, and then Hidden Power Ice so I can tackle Gliscor. My Heatran is specially defensive, and it carries the Magma Storm, the Earth Power, and then the Toxic and the Roar. The Toxic works in conjunction with Magma Storm to kind of lock them in and then Toxic stall them, while the Roar, if I have all of my hazards up, a Roar definitely does a lot of damage. Next, I have Latios, which is naturally specially bulky, and I have max speed and max defense with Calm Mind, Dragon Pulse, Substitute, and Recover. And then Scizor, which is banded, obviously, Adamant, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Superpower, and Pursuit. And then I have a second Rapid Spinner in Starmie, and Starmie is Life Orbed, Bolt Beam with a Hydro Pump. And so that's basically my OU team. It functions around just, just like any other regular team. So, without further ado, my team is introduced. Let us get into the battle. Okay, so this is a battle I got with Farhan on the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, and I'm going to lead off with Casper as she leads off with Dragonite. I wanted to lead off so I could just trick the lead, and it turned out to be Dragonite. I was kind of worried about giving it a choice scarf, but I decided what the hell, so I just went for it anyway, as Dragonite Dragon dances. So I'm kind of happy I gave it a scarf because now it can't set up. I'm going to switch out into Toki, kind of to take a hit and then maybe set up leads, but I don't want to, I don't know. It's not that I don't want to get hit, but I know it has Rapid Spin, so setting up hazards aren't a big thing, and it can't do terribly much to Yuki, so I'm going to get up a free sub as I switch in on the knockoff. Gengar's Shadow Ball is going to be able to take out the sub, but I'm hoping after this Calm Mind, I might be able to take one. Gengar is faster, so I'm scared about that, but I do have a Calm Mind up, but unfortunately Yuki does not live it. So I'm going to go into Amidamaru, my choice banded Scizor, and go for the Pursuit, which is going to easily take out the Gengar. So it was basically a revenge kill by Amidamaru, and this Infernape's going to come in. I'm definitely not going to want to take it, so I'm going to go into Heatran, as she just goes for the U-turn, which is pretty good. I knew that Ogami could take any move that, barring Mach Punch or Close Combat, is kind of risky in that play. She's going to be able to get up a free Stealth Rock as I miss Magma Storm twice and then get hit with an Earthquake. I'm not sure how much a Magma Storm would have done, and I do get that crit. This Donphan is just a wizard. So now I'm going to go into Toki because I can take any hit Donphan wants to throw, and I'm actually going to set up my own rocks just because things have to switch in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out and go into Amidamaru and take a Flare Blitz to the face. And that kind of sucked because I was hoping maybe it would go for U-turn again to scout. So Amidamaru got screwed over. I'm going to go into Zatch Bell with my Bolt Beam, and I'm actually expecting the switch, so I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. Stealth Rocks is going to break the multi-scale, and Ice Beam is easily going to take out Dragonite, ×4 super effective from Starmie. And at this point, I was like, if it stays in, I'm kind of screwed, because I don't know if it's actually choiced or not. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, and it's just barely going to leave this thing alive. I'm going to get hit with a Draco, that's no good. And you gotta take some risky plays when you're down this much. The crit did not matter. Special attack drop. I'm going to go into Gengar because I was hoping I'd be faster, but it turns out that this thing is in fact scarfed, and Gengar cannot take a hit. So now it comes down to Toki, and I just got completely demolished there. I think I managed to take out 2 of her Pokemon. So that was not very good playing on my part, because I didn't play very well there. She's actually going to go ahead and switch out so she gets a 4-0 victory instead of a 3-0, and takes me out with a Flare Blitz, but oh well. I just made some bad plays here and there that kind of cost me the game. So, good job to you, Farhan. So, what I've got now is a battle against xPiper from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. Same OU team I'm using. I'm going to lead off with Zatch Bell. She's going to lead off with Bronzong. I was kind of expecting, you know, a different lead, but whatever. I'm going to go into Toki as she sets up a light screen, so it's a dual screen Bronzong, probably leftovers, Stealth Rock, perhaps. And I'm just going to take this chance to get my rocks up, because entry hazards are great. Stay in to put up spikes and see what Dragonite wants to do, or go for the Volt Switch to see what Dragonite wants to do, not stay in to set up spikes. Get paralyzed, so now I'm going to go into Yuki. I'm going to go for the substitute, expecting her to go for the Thunder Wave, and I'm going to get a free sub up, and I'm just going to fire off a Dragon Pulse to break multi-scale and maybe see how much I'm going to do. That's going to do a pitiful amount of damage. At this point in time, I forgot that the light screen was up, so because Dragonite can break a sub, I have no way of increasing my defense, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for another substitute as she goes for Thunder Wave, so I get another free sub, and I want to see how much a Dragon Pulse does without multi-scale, and that still does a pitiful amount of damage, and at this point, again, I forgot light screen was up, so I'm like, wow, this Dragonite is like really bulky. I mean, ridiculous amounts of bulk, so I'm going to switch out and go into Fortress, because I know it's a losing battle, as she just goes for the Dragon Claw, which does a pitiful amount to Fortress. Now, there's not much Dragonite can do, so I'm actually gonna go for a double switch here, hoping that going for the Thunder Wave would be a stupid move, and go to Zatch Bell, as she switches in Bronzong, switches in Melota now, after seeing Zatch Bell, gets hit with a Hydro Pump. I can go for another one and outspeed, so that's what I do, but I miss. She goes for the Thunder and misses. I go for the second Hydro Pump and miss. She goes for the second Thunder and hits. I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. So, you know, it's part of the game though, so I just accept it. I'm going to go into Amidamaru, and I could go for the Bullet Punch, but I decide just to go for the U-turn, as she switches in Bronzong, and Choice Banded U-turn is going to do a nice chunk, but guess what? Critical hit. So I guess we can call it even for that Thunder hitting. And I'm going to bring in Yuki, as she brings in Milotic, and what you're about to see is a bunch of shenanigans involving me trying to get some sort of upper hand on this Milotic. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I go for subs because I'm afraid that Milotic might be... Okay, that was a yawn. I'm afraid Milotic might be carrying the Toxic, as some do, and I really do not want Yuki getting Toxic. So I'm taking these Ice Beams, and I'm able to get off a Calm Mind because she goes for the Scald. So I'm hoping the Ice Beam can't break a sub after a Calm Mind, but it still can. So I'm just trying to get an upper hand, going for subs. My health is getting low. Ice Beam is able to break the sub. I can go for the recover at the risk of her pulling out the Toxic now, and I have to go for the recover. There's nothing else I can do. She goes for an Ice Beam and reveals that it does. If I could get up another Calm Mind, chances are my subs will not break. So I'm hoping she'll go for a Scald, but she's just continuing for the Ice Beam. And that's basically all this is. She was like, are we really gonna do this? And after seeing the haze, I just said, yeah, no. After seeing that, I'm not going to continue this. So I'm gonna recover. Since I have a free sub, I want to get my health back up before I switch out anyway. So now that I know my Lodic's full move pool, I'm going to switch out, go into Fortress, because I can take an Ice Beam easily. Even though Fortress is not... Hold up. Even though Fortress is not specially defensive, I can take an Ice Beam, get up one layer of spikes. That recover was a misclick, but the Scald did a decent chunk. Really what it would have meant is just one less layer of spikes, which could have helped, to be honest, because I get up a second layer, and then I'm able to get up on my third. Had she not misclicked, I would have only gotten up 2 layers, and 25% switch-in damage would not have occurred. But with the Pokemon that switch in on it, it's not really that important. I'm going to Trick just because I don't want this thing being able to haze and whatnot, so she can now choose either Scald or Ice Beam, but it kind of means sacking my Gengar, unfortunately. I'm going to go for the Giga Drain just to get off as much damage as possible as she is continuing with the Scald. The Burn is going to wear me down more than the Scald, really, because Leftovers is going to do a nice chunk, and Giga Drain is going to heal some health. Just all of this stuff. Giga Drain comes in a super amount of handy times. Like, I was up against a Quagsire, and I needed Gengar to live, and I did it, got back to full HP. So she's going to save my Lodic. I don't know why. I have full spikes up, so my Lodic's dead anyway. I was actually thinking about going for the HP Ice, but decided not to. I wish I had, because it would have been excellent. Anyway, I'm going to go into Yuki, go for the Dragon Pulse, and it's just barely going to live, and the Dragon Claw is going to leave Yuki just barely alive, so we were in the same predicament, except since Yuki is faster, I can easily kill it off. I knew that since the light screen was down, I might be able to do more damage to it. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But that's fine. Gallade is going to come in, and I'm just going to switch out here and go into Amidamaru because I'm not sure what... It's going to go for a Night Slash, perhaps? Yeah, that's what I expected, Night Slash. So now he's going to switch out, go into Donphan, and I'm going to whack it in the face with a U-turn, and after the spikes and everything, that's going to do a nice bit of damage. I'm going to go into Ogami because I float in the air, so Donphan can either go for a Rapid Spin or not, but I'm faster. I think I knew that at the time, so I'm just going to kill it off with an Earth Power. And Meloetta is going to come in. I'm easily going to be able to take out Meloetta because the Thunder's going to miss. It wouldn't have done that much damage, but had it paralyzed, I guess that there could have been para hacks and whatnot that could have occurred. Either way, I don't think it mattered all that much because my Lodic died on the switch-in, and here I made a bad move. I knew I was going to sack Ogami and then bring in Amidamaru to Bullet Punch, but Gallade carries the Drain Punch instead of a different fighting move, so it pretty much got back to full HP, and this Earth Power isn't going to do all that much damage, so I was like, crap, I just kind of gave up the game. So what I have to do is I have to go into Yuki, fire off a Dragon Pulse to weaken it, Night Slash will kill me off, and then I can go back into Amidamaru and Bullet Punch. So that was a bad play, but it still worked out in the end. So that was a good game. 2 good games. Rate, comment, subscribe, like, guys, and I will see you later.